children. Standard 10, Mathematics Part 2, Chapter Co-Ordinate Geometry in solving problems in video number 23, application 15. To begin with the next problem, let's read the problem on the board. Find the coordinates of the point of trisection. This word is very important. Of the given line segment AB with A coordinates given as 2, 7 and B minus 4, minus 3. So to begin with the problem, let's put or resemble the given statement word problem in a diagrammatic form to understand it more precisely. So the line segment is AB. I'll just draw a figure. Okay, the end points are A and B. A with coordinates 2, 7, B with coordinates minus 4, minus 3, and now we have to find the coordinates of the points lying on this line segment. But what is the condition they have given? That this segment is trisected. That means 1 and 2. The first section, second and the third. We have to find out the coordinates of these 2 points. So let those 2 points be P and Q. Now, either we find the value of P first and then the value of Q, right? So over here, we can assume that the coordinates of point A will be x1, y1. Coordinates of point B can be x2, y2. And first let's find out the coordinates of point P. So you can assume the coordinates as x, y. To calculate the coordinates of point P, let's not first consider point Q. Now, which formula can you use? We see that P is not the midpoint as the line segment AB has been trisected. Then what is the ratio of M is to N? They have said that this line AB with 2 points has been trisected. If it is trisected, that means each subsegment is congruent. So that will, the ratio will be 1 is to 1 is to 1. And just write it down. So, in order to calculate the coordinates of point P, when we are not considering point Q, what does the ratio become? So that we can use the section formula. So, AP is 1, PB will be 1 plus 1, that is 2. So, the ratio of AP is to PB, that is M is to N, is 1 is to 2. Now, it will be easier for us to calculate the coordinates of point P by using the section formula. So, as shown diagrammatically, by using the section formula. Let's see what do we get. First, let's write down how do we calculate by using section formula the coordinate of point x. So, x will be equal to mx2 plus mx1 upon m plus n. To move on with our calculations, let's substitute. X, we have to calculate. M, now what is M? We have not shown it diagrammatically. So this is M and N. M is to N ratio. So what is M? 1 M x2. The value of x2 is minus 4. Let's put it in the bracket. So M x2 plus N into x1. That is substituted with the value 2 upon m plus n, that is 1 plus 2. Let's move on to calculate finally the coordinate of point P, that is the x coordinate of point P, by using which formula? Once again I repeat, x is equal to mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n. Plus into minus gives us minus, 4 ones are 4 plus 2 twos are 4 upon 3. So x is equal to minus 4 plus 4 gives you the value 0 upon 3. Thus x is equal to 0 divided by any number we know, children, is equal to 0. So the value of x is 0. Now to move on to calculate the value of y. But which formula will you use? The same section formula. But to calculate the value of y, it will be given as y is equal to m by 2 plus n by 1 upon m plus n. Let's substitute as we have done earlier. So y is equal to m, that is 1, m by 2 into minus 3 plus n by 1, n can be substituted as 2, n by 1, y1 is 7 upon m plus n, 1 plus 2. To calculate, plus into minus gives us minus, 3 ones are 3 plus 7 twos are 14 upon 3. So y will give us the value. Let's solve the numerator. 14 minus 3 gives us 11 with a plus sign upon 3. So the value of y coordinate of point P is 11 upon 3. Now what is left? We have to calculate the value of point Q. Again with the same section formula. Now let's change the value of the ratio m is to n. Once again I repeat, now we have to calculate the value of Q. So let's assume the coordinates of Q as x, y. Here we have already got the value of point P, so I'll write it down. Now we are assuming the coordinates of point Q as x, y, but what will happen to the ratio of m is to n? Let's again check out. AB has been trisected, 1 is to 1 is to 1. So if we have to calculate the value of Q, we have to know the ratio of AQ is to QB. So what will be AQ? 1 plus 1, that is 2. So M is 2 and QB is 1. So the value of AQ is to QB, that is M is to N, is 2 is to 1. So again, to calculate the x coordinate of point Q, we will use the section formula. To find out x, what do we get? X is equal to again mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n. X we have to calculate. M now has changed its value, that is for 2 mx2. x2 can be substituted as the x coordinate of point P plus n, that is 1 mx2 plus nx1. x1 is 2 again upon m plus n, that is 2 plus 1. So x is equal to, plus into minus is minus, 4 twos are 8 plus 2 ones are 2 upon 3. Therefore x is equal to minus 8 plus 2. So 8 minus 2 is 6. The greater number is 8, the sign for it is minus. So the answer also gets the minus sign upon 3. Can be reduced. Yes, 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. X is equal to minus 2. So the x coordinate value is minus 2. Now, to move on to calculate the last value, that is the y coordinate of point Q, let's change the section formula. So y is equal to m by 2 plus n by 1 upon m plus n. With on the same grounds, let's substitute and calculate. Y, the unknown remains as it is, m to m by 2, that is minus 3, plus n by 1, by 1 is 7, upon m plus n. Thus y will be equal to plus into minus is minus, 3 twos are 6, plus 7 ones are 7 upon 3. To check out with the calculations in the numerator, 7 minus 6 is 1, 7 is greater, the sign before it is plus, so the answer also gets the plus value upon 3. We cannot reduce, thus the y coordinate of point Q is 1 upon 3. Now children, at this step let me explain. After calculating the value of point P, can we just use only segment PB and you will find out the value of point X and Y, the coordinates of X and Y for point Q, by using the midpoint formula? Just rack your brains and think logically. Definitely, if you want to use the other method, we can go in to calculate the coordinates of X and Y for point Q by using the midpoint formula instead of using the section formula. Why? The reason lies because if you consider only the subsegment PB, point Q as it has trisected, the ratio as we have seen earlier is 1:1:1. That means PQ is to QB is 1:1. That means the ratio of M is to N is equal. That means definitely point Q is the midpoint. So if you want to use midpoint formula, then you will have to assign the values of P as x1, y1, B is already x2, y2, Q already we have assigned xy, and you will use the midpoint formula as x is equal to x1 plus x2 upon 2, y is equal to y1 plus y2 upon 2. So children, depending upon the problem, you have various methods to solve the given problem. But the answer lies for calculations in understanding logically which method and which formula has to be used.